Good evening, Wolfpack. Tonight's lesson is on area. It's lesson 8.12, and it's Thursday night's homework. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, the first thing you need to know about area is that it's different from perimeter. When we measure perimeter, we measure the outside of an object. We add up all the sides, and then the total is the distance around, and that is the perimeter. Area is like the opposite of perimeter. Area is the space that's inside the shape. Not the outside, but the inside of the shape. Okay? And when we measure area, we take a look at how many square units are inside the object, and we count the inside squares. Okay? Also, area is always measured in square units. So, for this shape right here, if I want to find the area, I just count the squares inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the area of this shape would be 6 square units. Okay? We can also write this as 6 units, and this little 2 up in the air means squared. So we can say 6 square units or 6 units squared. If I want to find the area of this shape, I need to count up the inside. I need to figure out how much space is on the inside. So I count up the squares on the inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the area of this shape is 9 square units, or units squared. Okay? Now, this is a really easy way to find the area of a shape, but there's also a faster way to find the area. And I'm going to show you what that way is in just a minute. Okay, I'd like you to watch this short clip of another teacher teaching her students how to find the area of a shape.
How to find the area of an object. The area equals the length times the width. This rectangle is 3 feet wide and 4 feet long. Multiply the length and the width to find the area, which is the inside part of this rectangle. The math sentence we would use is 3 times 4 equals 12 square feet. The answer is labeled in square feet, which is the feet with the little 2 at the top, because this is what you are multiplying, 2 dimensions, length and width. So this means 2 dimensions. That is our area.
So now we know that there are 2 different ways to find area. We can add up all of the squares on the inside of a shape, or we can take the length times the width. That way might be a little bit quicker, especially if you know your multiplication facts. So let's try it both ways. Let's find the area of this shape right here. One way we can do it is to count up all the squares on the inside. So if I do that, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The area is 8 square units. And they're telling us that each square is worth 1 square inch. So now we know a little bit more about the unit. Now we can say that the area of this rectangle is 8 square inches. Okay? Another way I could find that is if I take the length times the width. So I would take 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 square inches on this side, and it's 2 square inches on this side. So I would take 4 times 2, and that would also give me 8. Okay, so again, I would mark it 8 inches squared, or 8 square inches. Let's check and see if we're right. 2 times 4 equals 8 inches squared, or 8 square inches. Let's take a look at this shape. If I count all the squares on the inside, I can find the area. Let's do that first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we would have 20. Here, it's square meters. So we would have 20 meters, oops, 20 meters squared, or 20 square meters. Another quicker way I can find it is if I know my multiplication facts, then I can count the sides. This side is 1, 2, 3, 4, and this side is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now I can multiply the length times the width, and if I take 4 times 5, I get 20. So again, 20 meters squared would be my area. It's a little bit quicker to look at the sides and figure out 4 times 5 equals 20 than it is to count up the inside. So once you get the hang of it, you might try multiplication, multiplying the length times the width. Let's see if we're right. 4 times 5, or 5 times 4, equals 20 meters square, or 20 square meters. And the last example we're going to do today is another square. And we're going to take a look, and here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So if I count up all of the squares on the inside to find the area, I get 16, and our units here is square feet. So I get 16 feet squared, or 16 square feet. Again, another way I can do that is to take the length times the width. So the length we know is 1, 2, 3, 4. And since we know a square is equal on all sides, every side must be 4. So if the length is 4, then the width must be 4 too. So I can take 4 times 4 and quickly get 16, and I'll have to squeeze my units in here. 16 feet squared, or 16 square feet. Again, let's check and see if our answer's right. 4 times 4 equals 16 feet squared, or 16 square feet. Okay, those are all the examples we're going to do today. Tomorrow in class, I want you to be prepared to distinguish the difference between perimeter and area. We're going to play some games, and I want you to see if you can decide when to find the perimeter and when to use the area. So make sure you know the difference between those two, and you'll be all ready for class tomorrow. Thanks. Have a good night.